Okay, let's take a little trip through the grocery store. If you're going to go down the main aisles where all the boxed and packaged food is, just make sure that it has 5 or less ingredients and look at the ingredients. Make sure there's no bad oils in them and stuff like that, but try to avoid the boxed and packaged food. So, in general, we just want to try to avoid the main aisles of the grocery store. Okay, let's head on over to the produce department. We want to stick to the outside perimeter of the store. Here we are at produce. Fresh produce tends to be the best, but some people would say that frozen produce is just as good. Frozen berries, frozen vegetables, and they stay fresh for a long time. So frozen veggies, these kind of veggies that you see on the screen they stay really well for a long time. I don't really like frozen asparagus and things that can get mushy. Some people do like that. Maybe it depends on how it's cooked. But for the most part, the vegetables are going to stay, they're going to keep their nutrients. They're going to stay fresh. They're not going to go bad in your fridge. Canned veggies I would try to stay away from because sometimes there's added preservatives and they tend to lose their nutrients over time. So which one of these do you think is best for you? If you had to put these in order of 1, 2, and 3. Yep, it's going to be the fresh produce every time, especially if it's just picked from your garden. If it's been sitting around in the grocery store for a while, sort of losing its nutrients, oxidizing a little bit, then maybe the frozen might be a little better. Okay, I think we're done with the veggies. Let's go to the next part of the grocery store, the meat department. Deli meats can be really convenient, but they do have preservatives, and they're kind of like leftovers that have been sitting around the deli, and then you bring them home and they sit around your house. They can sort of end up high in histamines, which can kind of irritate your health. I don't love the idea of deli meats. I do like the idea of fresh cuts of meat. They can be cooked relatively quickly and plain. You don't have to have fancy recipes if you don't want. Something like chicken wings, you can throw some healthy barbecue sauce on it or some kind of a sauce that you like. Throw them in the air fryer. Very yummy. So what looks better to you? This juicy rotisserie chicken or deli meat? I'm going with the juicy rotisserie chicken every time. Okay, we're heading to the next part of the grocery store, dairy. So some people do not like milk. Some people don't tolerate milk, like if you're lactose intolerant, which means you don't have lactase to break down the lactose. So you would want to buy lactate milk, or you might be allergic to it. I'm personally allergic to it, so I drink flax milk. There's also almond milk. Yogurt is a really healthy treat. It has good bacteria in it. It has calcium and all sorts of other nutrients, but I would try to avoid the processed yogurt. Try to avoid the processed yogurt. Try to stick with the plain yogurt with berries on the side. I like frozen berries because they stay for a long time in the freezer. They don't go bad. All right, butter. This is a big controversy. Some people say to stay away from butter and ghee because of high cholesterol. Margarine is probably not your best choice. There's actually now avocado oil based type butters that you could opt for. There's also an avocado blend with ghee. They call it avo ghee. Ghee is just the fat from butter. So I tend to stick with the ones on the right. We're heading to a new part of the grocery store. Actually, we're leaving the grocery store. Never mind. We're gonna go home and cook some healthy meals. Let's go. All right, so which one of these looks the best to you? I'm gonna go with the one on the left. Now, I do love Grandma's mac and cheese every Thanksgiving. It's only a few ingredients: butter, cheese, macaroni. I would definitely opt for Grandma's mac and cheese over this fake processed cheese. Avoid it. So if I had to put these in order, I'm going to go with the salad, then Grandma's mac and cheese, then the processed cheese. Okay, we have a healthy cooked meal here on the left, and then we have pork and beans on the right. I'm going to say avoid the pork and beans because the pork probably has some preservatives in it. The beans have probably lost some of their nutrients. It's not the worst, but it's not as good as a healthy home-cooked meal. Let's look at rice. Which one of these do you think is the healthiest kind of rice? It's going to be the brown rice because it's not stripped of some of its fiber like the white rice is, so it's going to be lower glycemic. And the worst is going to be this packaged rice, which is stripped even more so that it's very high glycemic when you eat it. Of these two, obviously the one on the left is going to be the healthiest. Everything's freshly cut, probably cooked with some healthy oils. And this fried chicken is probably cooked with bad oils. Potatoes. Which one do you think is the healthiest choice for potatoes? And it's going to be the sweet potato. But regular white potatoes are a close second. If you really have to have something fried, go for the wedges. Avoid those McDonald's fries. Whole foods for the win, my friends.